It's time for Brain Mythbusters. The theory of multiple intelligences has been around since the 1950s. Multiple intelligences is the concept that no two people are the same, and so everyone has a special way that he or she learns best. That seems like a really nice idea, right? It makes sense. Some people are better skilled at composing and playing music, and controlling their bodies in a ball and calling the shots in sports, or drawing and painting and creating beautiful works of art. But the funny thing is, modern brain research indicates that there's a lack of credible evidence proving multiple intelligences exist, that the original research can't be replicated. And this has led to some popular but ineffective techniques, and a lot of misinformation and confusion about research. Instead, maybe we should focus on the cognitive research itself. Thinking about what the brain research actually says, it indicates that there is a point where the highest effectiveness occurs when activities match the concepts being taught. For example, if you're doing a lesson on chemical bonds, you could do a lecture, you could have your kids write a research paper, you could show a video. But doesn't it make sense that the best learning would be making and breaking those bonds in a lab? Of course. Teachers, we know this. So then, why do we need to do our own research into how the brain works? It's a really good question. Knowing how the brain works gives us confidence in what we're teaching and how we're teaching. It gives us an understanding of the behaviors of our students and patience to let that learning happen. After all, we are in the business of shaping brains. Then doesn't it make sense that neuroscience is relevant to what we do? That neuroscience can provide context for our teaching, not a program, and that knowing how the brain works can help us teach it better. These are some brilliant ideas, right? By taking advantage of all the research on the brain, we can begin to design curriculum better. Curriculum that would include time for preparation, teaching the material, incubation, letting students think about it, illumination, that aha moment, and verification where the students figure out that they're right. Where authentic learning can actually take place in varied environments that will provide cues for memory recall, for using spacing effectively, giving time to study and test, including time to practice what the students have learned, and time to talk and listen and develop together, and time to reflect. So, go ahead, teachers. You are smart. You are educated. You know your content, and you know your kids. But do you know your brain research? You can use your brain research to inform your planning, but not to replace it. You can create activities that fit the concepts, that will be meaningful to your students. And you will do all of this because you know how the brain works, not because someone gave you a program to follow.